New Zealand at the moment is being battered by some pretty dreadful weather last night or yesterday and during the night. Hail and thunder and lightning and rain, absolutely horrendous. And we've been having a few little power cuts, all brief, but everything just turns off. So hopefully I'll make it through without that happening during my live. Right, well, tonight I want to share with you all about CAS, which, if you don't know what that stands for, CAS, it's clean and simple stamping. It was something that I really struggled to do when I first started stamping. Always wanted to add more, etc., and I just will make that go on to quiet. But I actually really do love it, and there's certain circumstances, like I would say sympathy cards or something like that, that the clean and simple cards are just perfect for that sort of thing. But anyway, let's flick over to the desk and we will look at creating one. Hi Shani, welcome. Lovely to have you here. We're talking about clean and simple. Now, as I say, I do struggle with it, and of course, you know, with Stampin' Up, we have so many beautiful products and I want to use them all. But I often see these cards and I think they are absolutely stunning. And as I say, perfect for sympathy cards, and also really good for beginner stampers. Because there's not, you know, it's quite simple and straightforward. Anyway, so we're going to be using this gorgeous Paradise Palms, and I think I was probably drawn to this because, as I say, the weather here is pretty gruesome, and I would love to be lying on a tropical beach with the sun shining at this very moment. So, yes, it probably just called out to me, I would say. Now, I quite like clean and simple cards being square cards, and so we're going to be working on a square. Actually, I haven't turned this light on. Let me just make sure that that's plenty of light there for you. Yes, I mean, I think the standard card size is nice too, but I do think clean and simple looks really nice with square. So I've got a blending brush here, and this is just a brush that I have had and been using with not tempting turquoise, as I keep going to call it, with Tahitian Tide, and I haven't added any more to it because I just want a very faint colour of blue on the back. I know, isn't it gorgeous? I love the dyes too, so it was so tempting just to add a little bit more, but I haven't. I've been very good. So I am going to use crumb cake to add the sand or the beach or something like that. Okay, let's pop that there. So last week I took up quite a bit of time in this, and this week I think I'm going to be finished pretty early. Now, one technique I did want to share with you though was thumping technique. I don't know if you've heard of the thumping technique. So I'm just going to use my Stampin' Rights for this, and I'm just using soft suede to colour the trunks of these palm trees. And then I'm going to use the Parakeet Party to colour the leaves in. Not the leaves. Palms. The palms in. There we go. Now, with the thumping technique, you just get a Stampin' Right. I'm going to use soft suede, and I'm just going to, you just let it fall like this onto your stamp, and you add, it just adds a bit of, I think I have done this technique on a live, but it just adds a little bit of texture to the stamp. And just going to huff on it, and then stamp. So as you can see with that technique, that has just added some interest to those palms. Really like how that just adds that little bit extra, because of course they're not all bright green, are they? Okay, next we better give some sunshine, and I'm using crushed curry for this. And there's a gorgeous little sun in here. And I will just pop that there. And now I'm going to be, now the only thing about clean and simple stamping is if you're using red rubber stamps like this, okay, you need to obviously stamp directly on the card because it's all about no layering and stuff like that. So I always get a little bit worried about getting this part straight. So a tip that I'd always like to share is that use your grid paper to see how you've placed the stamp onto the backing. Now that to me looks straight, but it's not. So I know I've got to tip it a little bit down on the left. So hopefully I get it right. So that's straight, and I just need to tip it a little bit on the left. And there we go, perfect. So always do check before you stamp directly onto your card. Obviously, if you're doing a tag or something like that, it's not so important, but when you're doing that, it certainly is. So now I'm just going to stamp the inside before I pop that on. I have got one of the single palms here, and I'm just going to do exactly the same. I won't do the whole length though. And I have got this palm. This one's a little bit bigger. I did see actually, I didn't get them out, so I haven't got it set up, but there's some, and I'll show you in the stamp set in a minute, there's some cute little coconuts that you can add to your palm tree as well. Now, it's just gorgeous. There they are there, some little coconuts. So super cute. So I'm going to do the thumping again on this. So as I say, this sort of stamping is fantastic. Hi Gail, lovely to see you again. So once again, that thumping on there just added a bit of texture to that greenery. Okay, and let's use my bone folder, and we will just adhere this to the front. And as I say, it's going to be very short and sweet today because that's the beauty of making these cards. They are quick, and if you're making lots of thank you cards even, you could set these up on the Stamparatus and do them very, very quickly. But I just think, especially a masculine birthday card, I find masculine cards I make quite clean and simple in the sense that I don't find men like too fussy or too many layers or anything like that. The parakeet party, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Perfect for island greenery, I think. But yeah, so that is clean and simple. Now I've done a couple of extra ones. This is, as I say, with the standard card size, and using the Sending Smile stamp set. And this is using the Sweet Songbirds. Isn't that super cute? So no layering, just straight stamping. These ones are easier because they're the photopolymer stamps. And this is one that I did a while ago using the Poppy set. It has got a matte, but it's no layering, but I have added a couple of embellishments on that one. And then I do have one other one, which is probably me starting off trying to do a clean and simple in the sense of just thinking about I was going to do one layer, but it's got a lot of white space and it is quite simple, but it's not, I would say, clean in the sense it has got layers and it has got die cuts. So it's that in between card really. But yes, clean and simple, certainly a place for clean and simple for beginner stampers, as I say, masculine cards, or for someone just starting out, because you can create a beautiful card just with a couple of inks and stamps. So love you to give it a go. Love to see what you do. As I say, I struggled to do it initially, but it is quite satisfying when you do give it a go. So love them all. Thank you, Shani. That's very kind. So thank you so much for joining me. Stay warm, stay safe, and take care until next Tuesday. Bye.